Testing. Okay, here we go. So a year ago, I walked away from a career I spent over 13 years building. And today I want to tell you what really happened after I left. Not the highlight reel, not just the wins. I want to tell you what surprised me, what I wish I had known, what God taught me, how my life has changed, and why after everything I experienced this past year, I would make the exact same decision all over again. And before this video is over, I'm going to share one lesson I wish someone had taught me before I left corporate, because I honestly believe it would have made my first year so much smoother. So if you're in corporate, or you don't necessarily have to be in corporate, if you're a woman who's been thinking, I know I'm capable of so much more, I know I have valuable skills, I just don't know how to turn those skills into another stream of income, I made this video for you.
It's okay for you. Take a day or two, get your mind together, sing it with me, say all to Jesus I surrender all.
Hey friend, if you've never met me before, I'm Des Jackson, and if you've been here for a while, welcome back. I'm really glad you're here. So this month officially marks 1 year since I left my 9-to-5, and honestly, I still have moments where I sit back and think, wow, God, you really brought me through, okay? If you would have told me a few years ago I would be sitting here running my own online business, I probably wouldn't have believed you. Seriously, I probably would not have believed you. Not because I didn't believe in myself, but because I had spent 13 years building my career in managed healthcare operations. That's all I knew, okay? That's where I had grown. Over the last several years of my career, I was in leadership. I led teams, I coached employees, I solved problems, I improved processes, and I genuinely enjoyed what I did. So when people hear that I left corporate, they usually assume I hated my job, okay? That actually wasn't the case. I didn't leave because I hated corporate. I left because I truly believed God was leading me into a different season, okay? And looking back now, I'm so thankful I trusted Him. So thankful. Now, before we go any further, I want to make something really clear. This video is not me telling you to quit your job, okay? That's never been my message. In fact, if you followed me for any amount of time, you've probably heard me say this before. I don't teach women to quit first, okay? I teach women to build an online business first, because I believe your paycheck can become one of the greatest business assets you have. Your paycheck can fund your business. It can give you room to learn. It can give you room to make mistakes. It can give you room to grow without putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. One of the biggest mindset shifts I had was realizing this. Your paycheck isn't just paying your bills, okay? It can actually fund your exit strategy. That one perspective changed everything for me. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons I created the Corporate Exit Challenge. I remember sitting at this very desk thinking, I know I have valuable skills. I know I'm good at what I do, but how do I actually turn those skills into an online business? Nobody teaches you that. Corporate teaches you how to be an incredible employee. It teaches you how to lead, how to solve problems, how to manage projects, how to communicate. But it doesn't teach you how to package those same skills into an online business that can generate income beyond your paycheck. That's exactly what I help women do inside the Corporate Exit Challenge. I'll help you identify the skills you already have, determine which one has the greatest income potential, and turn it into an online offer, or let's say online digital offer, that you can build around your experience and the life you actually want. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, Des, I want to learn more about that, I'll leave all the details in the description below. Go check it out after you finish this this video. Now today, I don't want this to feel like a presentation, okay? I don't want it to feel like I'm teaching a class. I really just want this to feel like two women sitting down over coffee, okay? I want to share what this first year has really been like. The good, the hard, the unexpected, the freedom, the lessons, the mistakes, and the ways God has changed me through all of it. Because if there's one thing I've learned this past year, it's this. Sometimes God isn't just building your business, He's building you, okay? And that may be the greatest transformation of all. Now, before we jump into my story, I want to ask you something. Are you where I was a year ago? Do you feel like God has been stirring something in your heart? If that's you, let me know in the comments. I make sure that I read every single one. And who knows, maybe 1 year from today, you'll be the one looking back, amazed at what God has done in your life. So let me tell you why I actually left when I did. Because if I'm being honest, leaving my job in July of 2025 wasn't my original plan, not even close. My plan was to stay another year, maybe even another 2 years, okay? I wanted more time to build my online business, more time to make consistent sales, more time to feel prepared. I think that's something a lot of us do, okay? We keep telling ourselves, I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I feel more confident. That was me. I kept thinking, just give me a little more time and then I'll be ready. But God had a different timeline, okay? Toward the end of my corporate year, I had a manager whose leadership style just didn't align with mine. I'm not here to criticize her because I really believe people have different leadership styles, but our personalities just didn't mesh. Over time, there was more tension, we started bumping heads, and eventually something happened that never happened to me before. I mentally checked out, like literally checked out. I remember sitting in a meeting one day. Everyone was talking. I was taking notes like I always did, but my mind was somewhere else. That thought stayed with me. It wasn't that I stopped caring. It wasn't that I wanted to do a bad job. Now, if you know me, you know I've always believed in giving my best. If my name is attached to something, I want to do it with excellence. That's why it bothered me so much, because I knew I wasn't giving that role the version of me it deserved anymore. And that's when my prayers changed. Instead of asking God to make things easier, I started asking Him for direction. I remember praying, Lord, I don't want to leave too soon, but I also don't want to stay somewhere longer than you want me to. That became my prayer over and over again, and little by little, I started to have peace. Not because I had every answer, not because I knew exactly how everything was going to work out, but because I trusted the one who did, okay? So on July 11th, 2025, well, actually that was the day that I officially left, but 2 weeks prior to that date, I turned in my 2 weeks notice. And I walked away from a career I spent 13 years building. Looking back now, I don't think I was walking away from corporate. I think I was walking toward the next season God had for my life. And that changed everything. Now, I want to pause here because I think this is really important. I'm not sharing my story because I want you to quit your job, okay? That's not the point of this video. If anything, I hope my story encourages you to start preparing now. Start building your online business while you still have the paycheck, okay? Trust me on this. Use your job to fund your next chapter. Use this season to learn, to experiment, to build your confidence, to make your first sales. Because here's what I know now that I didn't fully understand back then. The goal isn't to escape your job. The goal is to create options, okay? I wanted another stream of income. I wanted something that belonged to me. I wanted to know that when the day came for me to leave, I wasn't stepping into the unknown. I was stepping into something I had already started building. That's why I always say build first, then leave. Because when you build first, you're not leaving with hope. You're leaving with proof. And that's a completely different kind of confidence. Now, before we move on, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like God was preparing you for a new season, even though you couldn't see the whole picture yet? If you have, let me know in the comments. I love hearing stories like this because I believe there are women reading those comments who need the encouragement to take their own first step. Now, can I tell you what really surprised me this past year? It wasn't learning how to build an online business. It was realizing how much God had to build in me. Okay, I really thought this year was going to be all about entrepreneurship, learning marketing, learning sales, learning content, learning how to grow a business. And yes, I learned all of those things, but that's not what changed me the most. What changed me the most was learning how to depend on God in every area of my life. And when I say every area, I mean every area. Before I made a decision, I prayed. Before I invested money, I prayed. Before I launched something, I prayed. Before I changed directions, I prayed, okay? Now, I'm being completely transparent. I didn't start the year that way. In the beginning, I leaned a lot on my own understanding. I would get excited about an idea and think, this is it, okay? This is going to work. Everybody else is doing this, so maybe I should too. And I would start moving before I ever stopped to ask God, is this actually where you're leading me? Can I tell you what I learned? Being busy and being obedient are not always the same thing. That lesson humbled me because there were times I had to stop and admit, Lord, I've been running ahead of you. Over these last several months, something shifted. Now I don't make major decisions without talking to God first. Not because I'm afraid, but because I've learned I'd rather follow his direction than spend months cleaning up a decision I made on my own. One of my prayers now is, Lord, don't let me spend 6 months building something you never asked me to build. That prayer has changed the way I run my business. And honestly, it's brought so much peace into my life because I don't feel like I have to carry this business by myself anymore. This business belongs to God before it belongs to me. I'm simply being faithful with what he's placed in my hands. And that's a completely different way of building. Can I tell you something else that changed? The freedom. And I'm not just talking about money, honey. I'm talking about time. One of my favorite parts of this season is that my mornings look completely different. I can wake up, spend time with God, have my coffee, okay? Ease into my day. I'm not just jumping out of bed trying to hurry up to log into an early meeting. If I need to move something on my calendar, I can. If I want to spend an extra hour creating content because I'm feeling inspired, I can. If I need to take a break in the middle of the day and come back later, I can. I now have the flexibility to design my day instead of feeling like my day has already been designed for me. And I don't take that for granted. Now, let me be clear. Owning an online business doesn't mean you don't work hard. I probably work harder than I did in corporate. The difference is I'm building something that has the potential to continue creating income without me having to clock in every morning. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with building an online business, okay? It gave me the opportunity to create income around the life I actually wanted, and instead of trying to fit my life around my work schedule. And that's a completely different way to live. Now, I'm going to go much deeper into this in my next video because I want to show you what's actually worked for me. I'm going to share the 2 biggest strategies that have helped me consistently generate sales over the past year. So if you ever wondered, okay, Des, once I have an online offer, how do I actually get people to buy it? You're going to want to watch that video. Because looking back, that wasn't just the biggest lesson I learned in business. It was the biggest lesson I learned in life. Now I want to hear from you. What's one area of your life where you feel like God has been asking you to trust Him more? Maybe it's starting the online business you've been putting off. Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe it's a decision you've been wrestling with for months. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments. Now, after everything that I've shared with you thus far, there's one thing I wish I would have had during my first year. Someone to walk alongside me. Now, don't get me wrong. I invested in myself. I bought courses. I hired coaches. I learned from people who were ahead of me. And I'm grateful for every single investment because every one of them helped me become a better entrepreneur. But there were so many moments where I wish I could have picked up the phone and ask, can you look at this? Am I focusing on the right thing? Would you launch this? Do you think I'm headed in the right direction? Sometimes you don't need more information. Sometimes you need more support. You need someone who's willing to walk with you while you're building. Someone who can help you stay focused. Someone who can help you avoid unnecessary mistakes. Now, looking back, I really believe having that kind of support would have shortened my learning curve. That's exactly why I created what I created. If you're watching this and you're thinking, Des, I don't even know what I would sell, or I have so many skills, but I don't know which one actually has the greatest income potential, that's exactly why I created the Corporate Exit Challenge. The whole purpose of the challenge is to help you identify your most valuable skills, figure out which one has the greatest income potential, and turn it into an income generating online offer or digital offer, because you can't build a business if you don't know what you're building. The Corporate Exit Challenge gives you that clarity. But once you have that clarity, once you know what you're building, that's where the exit plan monetization cohort comes in. The cohort is where we actually take your idea and actually put it into motion. This is a 6-week implementation experience where I'm personally going to walk alongside you while you build. And I designed it very intentionally. I know many of you are still working your 9 to 5. You have meetings, families, responsibilities. Life is already busy. Trust me, I know. My goal isn't to overwhelm you. My goal is to help you make consistent progress while you're still employed. Inside the cohort, we're going to build your business together. We'll walk through your offer blueprint. We'll map out your offer from start to finish, refine your messaging. We'll work through your pricing. We'll create your content. We'll put together your launch plan. And together, we're going to make sure your offer is polished, positioned, and ready for buyers who are excited to invest in what you created. But honestly, the biggest value isn't just the framework, it's the support. During those 6 weeks, I've made it my mission to be available to you. If you get stuck, reach out. If you're unsure about a decision, let's talk through it. If you need feedback, I want to give it to you because I know exactly what it feels like to spend weeks wondering if you're making the right move. And I don't want that for you. I want your first year to be smoother than mine. You're not just getting my strategy, you're getting my experience. I'm going to share what worked. I'm also going to share what didn't work. I'm going to help you avoid the mistakes that cost me time, the unnecessary detours, the moments where I learned lessons the hard way. Because if I can help you shorten the learning curve, if I can help you build more clarity, more confidence, and more direction, then that's exactly what I'm going to do, okay? And I also want to remind you of something. The goal isn't to quit your job next month, not even in 6 months, not necessarily even in a year, okay? The goal is to build while you're still employed, to create an income generating offer that's already bringing in sales, to build another income stream, to create something that's working before you ever think about turning in your resignation. That way, when you're ready to leave, you're not leaving with hope. You're leaving with proof. You've built something. You've validated your offer. You've created income. And you're making the decision from a place of confidence, not pressure. That's the kind of transition I want for every woman I work with. So if you're thinking, Des, I'm ready to stop thinking about it and actually start building, I would love to invite you to check out the Corporate Exit Challenge. And if you're ready for hands-on support, accountability, and someone to walk alongside you every step of the way, join the Exit Plan Monetization Cohort waitlist. You'll find both links in the description below. I would be truly honored to be a part of your journey. You know, as I was getting ready to record this video, I kept asking myself one question. If I could sit down with the version of me from a year ago, what would I tell her? And honestly, I probably just smile and say, you're going to be okay. God's going to take care of you. Just keep taking the next step. Because there were so many moments this past year when I couldn't see what God was doing. There were moments when I questioned myself, moments when I wondered if I was making the right decision, moments when I had to trust God even though I couldn't see the whole picture. But 1 year later, I can honestly tell you God has been so faithful. Not because everything happened exactly the way I planned. It didn't. Not because every day was easy, because it wasn't. But because every challenge taught me something, every setback grew me, every prayer brought me closer to Him, and every step prepared me for the next one. Now, if you've watched this entire video, I hope you don't leave thinking, I need to quit my job. I hope you leave thinking I need to start preparing for the future I want, because that's exactly what changed my life. Not quitting, preparing, building, learning, taking one step at a time. I really believe that's what creates confidence. Not waiting until you feel ready, but building little by little until one day you realize, wow, I've actually created something. And if you're watching today, I want you to imagine something. Imagine where your life could be 1 year from now. Imagine you've spent the next 12 months building your online business. You've identified your offer. You started making sales. You've created another stream of income. You've grown in your confidence. You've grown in your faith. You've grown as a woman. How different would your life look? Because here's what I've learned. A year is going to pass anyway. The question is, what do you want to have built by the time it gets here? That's the question I want you to think about before this video ends. And before I let you go, I want to tell you what's coming up next, because I think it's going to help you. In my next video, I'm going to share the 2 biggest strategies that has helped me generate sales over the past year. I'm going to show you exactly what's been working for me, what I've learned, and how I've been able to build momentum in my online business. So if you ever wondered, okay, Des, once I have an offer, how do I actually start getting customers? You're not going to want to miss this video, okay? Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you'll know as soon as it's released. And if today's conversation spoke to you, if you're thinking, I know it's time for me to start building, I want to encourage you to take the next step. If you're still trying to figure out what kind of online business to build or what offer you should create, start with the Corporate Exit Challenge. That's exactly what it's designed to help you do. And if you already know you're ready for support, accountability, and someone to personally walk alongside you while you build your online business, I would love for you to join the Exit Plan Monetization Cohort. Thank you for trusting me with your story in the comments and allowing me to share mine. I don't take that lightly, and I'll leave you with this. Don't wait for confidence before you start. Start and let confidence catch up with you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.